Hey y'all, it's Boots Rambler, and we are doing minimalist filmmaking right here in Hollywood on a Sunday. I believe this is the 10th. I'm not sure. It's the first Sunday after 4th of July. I'm trying to see what I could do on with literally nothing. What we have here is absolutely zero money being spent. We got no cast, no crew, no grips, no best boys, no lighting directors, no art directors. We got me, and we got my boots, and we got my Levi's. But I'll tell you what, we do have a great message, and I want to shout out to the two people that really sort of founded this whole thing, which would be Elon Musk. It blew my mind when he told all the Tesla workers, you got to get back to work in the office. It just blew my mind. It opened me up to the understanding that I had become soft. I had become lazy. I had not been getting the work done. I had been relying on other people. And it was hurting my life a lot because, we're all getting older. We're only given so many years on this planet, and we're here to do something. And we don't do it. A lot of people talk about heaven and hell being like moral, like, oh, you were immoral, so you go to hell. Catholics are very much works oriented. You didn't pray hard enough, so you go to purgatory. But how about the idea that it's about producing? That's an interesting idea. And nobody even, I'm not going to say nobody, but a lot of people don't ever talk about heaven and hell being a result of, did you do anything, or did you just sit around? That's my question right now. Because in the Bible, it talks about Jesus saw a fig tree, and he was hungry, came up to it, and it was barren, and he cursed the fig tree. And that is so freaking counterintuitive to our world, where we so like to, almost some people worshiping nature. And even I first read that, and I'm like, whoa, poor fig tree. Like, what did it do? Poor fig tree. Why it didn't deserve to get cursed? And indeed it did. They came back, and it was shriveled or barren or something. I mean, literally, Jesus, I believe the stories are literal historical truths. That's up to you. You don't have to believe it. I'm not forcing anything on anyone. But the idea here, it's not even about that. I'm talking to you about being productive. And this is something that I don't think there's another human being alive who's been more productive than Elon Musk. As far as I know, there may be thousands of people who've been more productive than him. And yeah, I know he inherited money, blah, 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 blah. I'm just talking about making stuff and making incredible stuff. Steve Jobs was another one. I want to be one of those people that makes stuff that's really amazing stuff that helps a lot of people and makes their lives better. And the thing is, we never think about that. Jesus cursed the person, and the whole thing with the fig tree, it was just an example. It wasn't even about the tree. He was making a point that God gives us gifts and abilities, and we're programmed to do a certain thing. The fig tree was programmed to make figs. And if you are, I always use NBA players. I don't know why these days. That seems like my go-to example. If you are an NBA player, you were probably programmed from the time of your birth to be an NBA player. And so you better do it. God gives you gifts, talents, abilities. He better not find you laying on the beach in the Bahamas. If he made you and gave you the gifts and the abilities and the talent to play in the NBA, he better not find you on the beach wasting your life away smoking weed. He's going to be pissed. And this is my whole point about we got to be productive. We got to be productive. We got to produce fruit. Find out what you are. If you're, are you a grapevine or an apple tree or a fig tree, or it could be anything. I'm not here to tell you what you are, but you need to find out what you are, and then you need to produce fruit. You need to produce. And it's interesting that in Hollywood, the big shots are the producers. Nothing can happen without a producer. And there's something interesting about that, because that's what we're here to do, is to produce. Anyway, I'm off track here, but I am. It's okay to be off track because that's sort of the whole point of this show. Is I'm rambling. I'm rambling. Oh, that's a cool shot. Interesting. So I'm using my gifts as a photographer, as a producer, and yeah, I haven't produced any big budget films or anything yet, but I gotta start with what's small, start with what's in my hand, and I want to encourage you to do that too. What do you have in your hand? What are you good at? Do it. Don't sit around drinking, partying. I'm not telling you to never celebrate, never have some champagne. I'm just telling you, don't sit around and do that all day, every day, or you're going to be in trouble. I mean, don't even have to bring in God in the afterlife. Your life's going to suck here, right now, if that's all you do. So I wanted to give you this quick little bit of what I got at breakfast, which is don't make other people be who you are. I always tend to be disappointed in people because they don't think the way I think, they don't act the way I act, they don't have the same values I have. And the most amazing thing about Jesus, I'm not trying to get religious on you here, I think even if you don't believe in God, you'll agree with this. He let people be who they were. He was like, do what you got to do. And he wasn't happy if they didn't follow him, but he never forced. So people, this was my biggest lesson of today and of recent times. I need to let people be who they want to be and stop trying to force them or manipulate them or control them. And that's my message to you. You got difficult people in your life. You're in trouble with people. Just let them be. Let them be who they want to be. Don't try to make them into you. And bless them and go on your way. And that's it for today. Boots Rambler. Please like, share, subscribe. I need your comments. Love y'all. See you next time.